Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier, and today's guitar lesson is going to be on the beautiful song that is If We Were Vampires by Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit. I'd never heard this song before yesterday, but someone put it as a request, and it's an absolutely beautiful song. Now, I believe it's meant to be tuned down a whole tone, but I hate tuning my guitars all different because the necks go out. So I've written it out in drop D tuning. So it's standard tuning, but the top string is just down to a D. So I've had to make a couple of little exceptions, but basically it's the same and it sounds really beautiful. So I'm going to teach you the whole song. But just before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press the notifications. And I'd love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section. Just let me know you're watching it out there. Let me know where in the world you're from. Let me know what songs I should do next as well. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, keep me doing this, and you want to print the tabs off as well, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So like I said, my guitar's in standard tuning with a dropped D. So the top string, instead of E, is now D. The rest of the strings are exactly as they normally would be. Okay, so there's two parts you need to learn. There's the verse part and the chorus part. Each part is 2 lines long. The first line of the verse sounds like this. So to play that, we're going to start playing the top E string and G2 at the same time. And then my thumb comes down and plays the D string. And then you take your finger off and play the open G string. So you got then the E string again, and then D3, and then A3. So from the beginning. Then goes to an A minor shape, first finger on B1, second finger on the D2, third finger on G2, and you're going to play the A string and the B1 at the same time. Then thumb comes down to the D2, finger with the G2, open A string, B1, and then the D2. So from that A minor. So the first bar slowly goes. A bit faster. And up speed. Into the next bar, and we've got our first finger on A1, little finger on B3, and third finger just above it on the G3. And you're going to play the A1 and the B string at the same time. Then D, G3, then the A1, G3, D, and then B3. So the first half of that bar 2 goes. Then play the A1, the D, A1, the G3, and then the D. So the second half of the bar. So the whole of bar 2 goes. So bars 1 and 2 together go. The next bar, bar number 3, is the same as bar number 1. And bar 4, it uses the same shape as the bar 2. We're in a slightly different order though of notes we're playing. We're going to play A1 and the B3 at the same time. Then D, G3, A1, G3, then D, and then B3. So it's the same as the first bar, same as bar 2, the first half. But then play the A1, D, A1, B3, and then D. So slight difference. Okay, let's play the whole of the first line slowly. Here we go. And up speed. On to the second line of the verse, and we've got okay, so to play that, open E and B3 at the same time, then D, E, open E nearest to the floor, then D, so you've got, and then E and B3 at the same time, then D and B1 at the same time, then E and D3, and then open D and G strings, and then we're going to jump to a G2. So the first bar slowly, got. Then we're going to keep that first finger on the G2 and go into the next bar and put your second and third fingers on E3 and then A3, and we're just going to play those first two notes. Okay, so let's get up to there. So you got from the beginning of the bar, you got. And then we're going to change our fingers round and bar our first finger at the third fret and play the E3, then the D3, A3, and then we're going to play a G5, probably with the third finger or the little finger. So do that little change round on beat 2. Then the E3, A3, E3, then a B3 and an A3. So bar 6 goes. So the little change on beat 2 makes it much easier to play. So let's just play bars 5 and 6. You got. And then the next bar, bar 7, is the same as bar 5. And then into the next bar, we do the same thing. Play the E3 and then the A3, and then change round. But we've got a slightly different from here on. We're going to play the E3, and then a D5, an A3, an E3 and a D5 at the same time. Then A3, G5, E3, D5, and then A3. So bar 8 goes. So the whole line slowly goes. Okay, and those two lines in the verse repeat, so they keep repeating round until you get to the chorus. Let's just play the whole verse slowly all the way through just so you can hear what it sounds like. Here we go. Okay, so those two lines repeat round till we get to the chorus. We then go on to the chorus. Now there's two lines to the chorus. The first line of it sounds like this. So to play that same chord shape that we used in the verse on the second bar, first finger A1, third finger on G3, little finger on B3. And we're going to play the A string and the B string at the same time. So A1 and B3. And then D, G3, A1, B3, and then D. So you got, and it just does that twice in that bar, so you get. Into the next bar, bar number 10, and we're going to put our first finger on G2, second finger E3, third finger A3, little finger on D3, and we're going to play the E3 and the G2 at the same time, then the A3, the E3, then the D3, A3, and then move your first finger down to B1. So the first half of bar 10 goes. Then E3, A3, E3, and move your first finger back down to the G2, play the G2, and then A3. Bit of a tricky bar that. Bar number 10 goes. So your first finger has to move. Into bar 11, and we've got. So for that we play A1 and B3 at the same time. Then D, A1, B1, D, and then B3. So the first half goes. Then A1, B1, D, G3, A1, then move a finger up to D3, and then A1 to finish. So bar 11 slowly goes. So quite tricky that. And then the last bar of the line, bar 12 goes. So again, it's the same shape that we had in bar 10, so we're going to play the E3 and the G2 at the same time, then A3, E3, D3, and then A3, so the first half. Then take your finger off the G and play the open G string with E3, A3, then B1, E3, G, and then A3. So bar 12 slowly. Faster. Okay, so the whole line slowly. This is a tricky line. It goes. And on to the last line that we need to learn of the chorus. We've got this. So for that, the first bar is the same as the first bar in the previous line, so that should be right. And then into bar 14, we've got, which is open E string with G2. Then I'm using my little finger on the A5, E, and then my second finger on the fret 3 on the D string, so D3, back to the A5, so you get. Then we're going to change to A3 with the G string, then another A3, B1, A3, G, and then A3. So bar 14. A bit faster. And then bar 15, it's got a B flat power chord. First finger A1, little finger on D, third finger on D3, and little finger on G3. And we play the A1 and the G3 at the same time. Then D3, A1, G3, D3, G3, A1, D3, A1, G3, and then D3. So bar 15. Relatively easy bar. And then the last bar we've got, which is just E3 and G2 at the same time. Then A3, E3, D3, A3. So that's all in the same shape. So, and then we play A3 and D5 at the same time. A3, G5, A3, D5, and then A3. So bar 16. So the whole of that last line slowly goes. And the two lines of the chorus just play through once. They're not repeated. Then it goes into the verse keeps repeating, then it does chorus, verse, chorus, till the end of the song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson, especially the person who requested it. Thanks for the request. If you have enjoyed it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video. It really does help me out. And I do love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments. Let me know you're watching it out there. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I do appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.